which is also tonight. So no matter what happens, actually, we're gonna have a really great second map. So we'll see, or second matchup.
Oh yeah, this is it, guys. Inferno, and now we're actually this is the winner match, so it's not done yet for the groups, but this is first seed of the group on the line, and Kiyoshiba, double kill at the top of Banana right away. Nip just get overwhelmed.
Yeah, and they're rushing down middle again, so this is the aggression play coming out from NIP, just trying to push everywhere. Shoxy's hiding down there. Not going to be for long, but LDLC come out on top quite big. That's an ace from Kiyoshiba. He picks up everyone in the middle of all of that. Oh my god, we needed a lot more camera angles there to try and cover that. We need, like, I don't know.
How do you find Kiyoshiba? Like, how do you look to Kiyoshiba as, like, the man who's going to get 5 frags?
There was no way to predict that.
I mean...
That is so ridiculous.
I don't even know. But that's a catastrophe for Nip. I mean, as far as Nip are concerned, they were clearly going for just the all-out aggression. Push down Banana, push down mid, sandwich LDLC in at the bottom of Banana. And, well, things like that happen, just straight up headshots everywhere. Nip never got anything going. They ran right into 3 guys, and that was Fragbite, first man taken out, and then it was just downhill from there for Nip. They still managed to do a little bit of damage there to Happy, so that might be a good thing. Oh, look at Forrest, though. Forrest, ultra flank into second mid, but he gets caught. Happy's got eyes in the back of his head.
Yeah, apparently so. And LDLC haven't lost a member yet. Happy's kind of low, but that grenade on Get Right. He's going to have his ears ringing for at least a couple of days. If you're flaring in the middle, doesn't really have a lot of health here. I mean, 5-7 is good at this range, and actually it's going to be an instant headshot, but he doesn't have the health to take a long sort of prolonged battle with anyone, really. Freiburg could pick up another kill inside, and actually maybe even 2. They're going to get close enough for headshot range here, and that's what he's counting on as well. But they jump up on the box. Smart play from Smiths. I like it. I like it a lot.
No wasted time at all. They're just clearing out that site as quickly as possible. So LDLC now with a bit of the turn of speed there. Nip just getting overwhelmed. Nip not going for Kevlar that time, so they just kind of dropped actually like 1,000 per person, more or less, going for those CZs, armor, the 5-7s. So they're going to have a little bit of money in this round. Don't really choose to invest anything, in fact. They're going hard eco here. P2000 is in P2Ks, or P2Ks and USPs rather, but they only have $200, and that's on Flora. Huh, well, the flash.
3 members in the middle. Are they going to get flashed in? It's a little bit too late. Actually, the LDLC are pretty far up. The flashbangs don't work well enough. This is really unfortunate. It's a nice idea from NIP, having Fiflaren flash the 2 people in, and then they could have picked, peek middle. If LDLC had been, like, 2 meters further back, that flashbang would have been perfect, and they would have maybe all been flashed. But because they were just at the edge, it did almost nothing.
Yeah.
So just a missed timing by a few seconds there.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't at least go for P250s in this round. If they did, if they didn't go for armor last round, why didn't they just go for P250s here? A P250 at that range, I mean, obviously, you got to look back at it, right? Shoxy peaks Get Right, and Get Right, manages to headshot the one guy who's at 30 HP. Happy's at 30 HP as well, but he's on the other side of the map, about as far from Get Right as he can possibly get at this point. So there isn't a whole lot that Get Right can do here as far as exit frags past that Shoxy kill. It's hindsight, right? You're looking back, you're like, man, if only I'd had a P250 that close, it would have been like guaranteed kill. Shoxy would have got nailed.
Yeah, I would be much better at this game if I could, time travel and go back and play the rounds over once I already knew what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think a lot of us.
Yeah, definitely would improve my skills quite a bit.
Okay, right. Yeah, okay. Still pretty respectable buy here from Nip. And they're able to get 3 kits. They've got some decent gear. They've got smoke nades across the board, good number of flashes. So actually, this is a pretty good buy here for Nip. Now, well, it's that 4th round buy here coming up for Nip, so they have to lock it down. LDLC can't be allowed to pick up a 4th round this early on in the half.
Yeah, that would definitely be a disaster for the Swedish team. And some apartments control coming out. Here's Shoxy making his way in, and Forrest will take him down pretty cleanly. So that's a really good kill. No access up in these apartments. What are LDLC going to do? I mean, they do eventually make sure there's no one in bedroom, but I mean, NIP could play this as safely as they want. They got a bit of a trick over by Archway, where they have 2 people. Fiflaren is in the corner hiding, and she exists sort of covering him. So if anyone comes charging this way, Exist is going to fall back, and hopefully is what NIP is thinking. No one's going to check it. But actually, Fiflaren, well, he doesn't get spotted.
But that's the thing. They're going to know that Fiflaren plays short. Exist plays Arch. So they see Exist, and they're going to think, okay, he's the only guy over here. Fiflaren could have a golden opportunity right now. Oh, but they're still nading it, and the volley as well. Fiflaren out into the open, but he still gets the kill on NBK.
Yeah, that's better than nothing, but Exist goes down, and LDLC actually making some headway, but now the bomb is dropped here, and Get Right's covering it, so still a 2-on-3, and now they gotta be careful they don't run out of time entirely. It's still just 25 seconds left. Kiyoshima's gonna make the pickup here, but I'm not sure what they're doing right now, LDLC. It feels like they really want NIP to come and peek them, but the Swedes are sort of standing still, just waiting inside the bomb sites here. Happy up close with the AK, goes for the spray, but Forrest and Freiburg will end it. And I don't know, a little bit too much hesitation, I think, on LDLC's side. Even in a 2-on-3 like that, they should have probably just committed to going either Arch or Quad and then just go with it.
Yeah, just speed up, basically.
Yeah.
Go through the blender, tempt fate, basically. But, I mean, still, when it comes down to it, it was also NiP just landing the shots when they had to, right? You know, because LDLC still had opportunity. A little bit of an unlucky situation there for Happy at the end, but, you know, it's just like when it came down to it, NiP were landing the shots first. So this is still starting off pretty good here as far as a buy round is concerned. 3 guys live for NiP, so they're going to be able to spread their money out pretty well. And if they get the confidence after landing those kills, now we can see NiP start to wake up here because their CT side was very good on Overpass. Now we have to see them bring that to the fore here on Inferno. Obviously a map that both of these teams are very familiar with. Fiflorn getting picked off, however, is not going to help things here. LDLC managed that entry, and now with a minute left on the clock as well, they can really just starve NiP for information. NiP are the ones now who have to kind of just do some guesswork, and they're going to have to make the right call as well. And you can already see Get Right starting to float a little bit more towards CT. You know, if it's going to be the A play here for LDLC, he wants to be a little bit closer to be able to make that quick rotation, but he doesn't want to abandon Freiburg here either. It's a tough call. It's a real tough call right now for NiP.
Yeah, it definitely is, and because, well, they've used all their smokes, Freiburg actually does have a Molotov, but it's kind of in the wrong spot, which means if it ends up being a B push, which it seems like it might be a B split coming out, if they get through Archway right here, this is going to work pretty well. The one thing that could really work out for them, or could go wrong, is if they get shot down. Freiburg will pick up that first kill, and they rotate back around to A. They bring the bomb back, so now Forrest the only one covering an NPK. Just straight shots him down. Now, Exist is taking a fight at Library, and we'll actually pick off Kiyoshima, which is very, very important. Now, we're back in the 3-on-3. The bomb has only just gone down, and Freiburg still has that one Molotov in hand. Not sure he can really use it easily. And Get Right, trying to clear towards the boiler room. They gotta move quick, NIP. They all have kits, but they still have... It's gonna be hard finding these LDLC members.
Holy hell, so good, Get Right. He's not gonna land the spray, but he still gets the shot. Down to 10 HP, but he loses his mate Freiburg at the same time, and Exist is alone now, and there isn't enough time for him to get a triple kill and get that defuse. NBK hanging back just long enough to make sure that Exist can't lurk in there and, you know, pull a ninja. But now, that was off the back of some good damage there dealt by Get Right.
Now, we often use the term mid-round calling a lot without really explaining what it really means. So once NIP actually got that opening kill over at the B-bomb side, Freiburg took down that kill. I think that gave LDLC enough information to suspect that maybe they had made like a big rotation because it was Freiburg holding there, and maybe they even like heard a couple of people inside the B-bomb side behind them. So that's mid-round calling for you. They went back to A, wrapped around Archway and in towards you know, the pit, took down Forest, and that was it. So, you know, that's not a strat that's planned out from the beginning of the round. That's a strat that you compose as you get the information towards the middle of the round. So just really sweet play from LDLC. And that's, I mean, that kind of skill is really hard to come by as an in-game leader, but if you can do it, you can win against almost any team.
Shox is very good at that as well. It's one of his stronger sides.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. He can actually pull all that information together. He's also got Happy there to help him and NBK. Smith, I mean, basically, these guys are just like one big brain. You've got 4 guys with so much experience on this team that they're able to make these kinds of calls very quickly. And now, well, LDLC, they've broken NiP's money. Fiflorn has got an AK to play with, but this is all there is. Exist is already off this map, and he had that helmet, the Kevlar helmet.
Forrest, if he picks up a kill and steals this AK, actually this apartment is going to be a pretty good place for him to stay at. Takes down Happy, keeps running, and if only they'd come in quad, this would have been great, but they're all over at Archway, so now Forrest's position is just much weaker, and they're going to wrap around towards the B-bomb side. Again, LDLC making just some really smart choices here. They don't take the fight at A, they go back and put the bomb down at B, and now it's a 3-on-3 with AKs, and Fiflorn actually has a kit, but they don't have any armor. I'm not seeing how NIP can easily fight this.
I mean, it comes down to getting a pick very quickly. And they're going through on Banana, but the smokes are down at this point.
Yeah.
Shoxy's like, sure, we'll cut you off, no problem at all. They don't see anybody rotating in through Arch because they left Kiyoshima behind to make sure that he could potentially catch anybody rotating over from that A site. And now it's just going to be, look at this, Kiyoshima running down mid, picks up the first one, but he will get instantly picked off in return. And that's 2 guns saved here for NiP.
Yeah, but definitely worth it for Kiyoshima. That AK it matters a lot less to him than it does to NIP having a third AK. I gotta remember the Swedes they've already lost that first half due to an absolutely ridiculous comeback from LDLC. And on the second map, I mean, the French are just starting off really strongly here. 5-1 is terrifying if you're NIP. You've got to bank on somehow getting back into this. And that whole discussion we're having about AWPs or auto snipers or whatever, it doesn't even really matter right now for NIP because they don't have the economy for it. And they certainly can't afford to throw in a random eco round just for the sake of it to try and pick one up. So I don't know. They're playing, again, some basic play. Kiyoshima trying to see if he can catch NIP off guard by running through the fire, which seems like a slightly crazy idea.
Could work, though. You can catch somebody with a nade in hand, right? I mean,
yeah.
It's a risk. It's a risk that you try and go for, and this time it doesn't pay off, really, apart from the information that they get that, okay, they are holding passive behind these nades. Nobody holding at the top of banana. They get the feel for how NiP are going to be playing this round because it's passive as well over on the A side of things. There is Exist kind of dancing around the angle on Arch, but now he decides to back off, go for the more passive position to hold from. These are positions that NiP can very easily help each other with. You know, that crossfire, that triangle of doom. Now they have that setup, but they're going to be going off a lot of what Exist has for them here. If he can actually peek them as they come around the corner, it's going to be big. But there's the smoke, and Exist spots one guy.
The thing is, with over at B, if they get a kill over at B right now, they could actually wrap around, but Exist will pick down NBK through the smoke, so that's a really nice opening for NIP. And LDLC, the time here is working against them now quite heavily. 25 seconds is just not a lot. Unless you're Na'Vi, you're going to really be worried. So they're going to rotate back around to B, and this time I'm not so sure it's going to work out as well. Shoxy's going to take down Get Right, but Fragbite still over here. 15 seconds. All he has to do is get the one kill on the guy carrying the bomb, and that's going to seal the round. 10 seconds left, and that's it. Fragbite win it for NIP. Very nice defense here coming out from the B player, making a huge difference.
Incredibly patient play coming out as well. Freiberg, I mean, doing everything right, hiding behind new boxes like that, making sure that he was just lying in wait. We can see it here with 13 seconds left. They have no idea he's on this site. They haven't checked everything, but that's the problem here for LDLC is that they have left themselves so little time. They don't even have time to check the site thoroughly before going for that plant. They have to go straight for it. So Freiberg being alive behind new boxes in that position is very well done. Also Exist managing to pick up not one frag, but two frags, hunting down Shoxy as well, but really just holding that arch position so well. I mean, that was a lot of information given there, and I think NiP were able to put 2 and 2 together, allowing Freiberg to get into the position that he held there so quickly. Because if he gets caught out in the open on that B side, if he tries to take a fight and gets overwhelmed, the LDLC have the round right there. So NiP taking all the information that they've got and actually making the right call off of it.
I really love to see NIP go for some aggressive apartments play with a couple of people. That's something they did a lot in the past. Before Cologne, we saw if you found sometimes even alone, but also with Forest up there, so they had like a double setup in apartments. And right now they're giving a lot of map control to LDLC, and apart from the last round, the French have been really good at abusing that quite heavily. So we'll have to see now. They are going back towards the A bomb site, and still got some time left on the clock here. Once that fire is gone, feels like maybe they're going to be able to go, and they have actually 4 smokes left on LDLC still. They can just smoke Forest out of this pit, and he won't be able to really help his team that much. So maybe this can work out right now for the terrorist side. They're certainly trying for it here. Rushing in already, and that's a great opening as MBK takes down Forest with a good headshot for Flaren. Sprays on one, but he's also alone at the bomb site. He's going to drop the bomb carrier, but I'm not sure it's enough. And, well, in the corner, it's Shoxy hiding, and Freiberg now in a 1-on-3.
Yeah, Freiberg now trying to rotate in. He's not going to catch anybody out in the open as well. Looks like Shoxy is able to get up into the graveyard area there. Yeah, he will be in graveyard. So now this holds off this angle, and it's not a common angle to hold from. So Freiberg, he could check it, but it's not even worth going for it at this point. Freiberg with the 3 guys alive, 1 on site, 1 in graveyard, and 1 up in apartments as well. So you have oversight for LDLC. Freiberg, it's just not going to play for him. He has to back off and hold this gun. Big thing here is that, you know, NiP are trying to make the adjustment. They know that LDLC are basing a lot of their play off of entry frags. They know that LDLC got a lot of momentum off that early kill that allows them to make the mid call and then allows them to go ahead and try and make a play for a site. So NiP, their way of countering this at this point is basically to play as passively as possible, to hold way back on the site and play the clock instead. They say, okay, LDLC, we're going to let you get map control. We're going to let you get up into A apartments and take control of banana and all that jazz, right? You get most of the map to play with. That's fine. But then you have to play against the clock because eventually you're going to have to try and crack a site. The one thing that can backfire here is that NiP when it comes down to it, Forrest on short, he needs to get the kills. He cannot, you know, if you're going to play that passively like that, you have to land the shots at all costs. That's your fallback point. Is basically you're confident in your ability to get the kills when they present themselves. And Forrest not picking up the 2 on short, that was a big deal there.
Oh, yeah, right, trying to defend. That's a really good double spray down. They come for the smoke, and actually he has the last bullets to take down Smiths. There's a big difference between the M4A4 and the M4A1. Then if that had been the M4A1, he would have not killed Smiths at the end. Would have tried with the pistol instead. But Happy's alone, getting wrapped around. And this is big news for NIP. If they lose this round, or if they had lost this round, they would have been ecoing, and that would have been a complete disaster. LDLC already have way more rounds than they need right now. And I'm surprised, actually, that the French tried to do this because they've been playing so slowly and it's been working really well for them.
I think it was just trying to change the pace, perhaps. You know, LDLC, they realize what NIP are up to. So they're trying to see if they can actually catch NIP off guard. You know, try and just go for the ultra-aggression, the ultra-violence. But this time around, it works. I mean, it works against you if you're trying to run through smoke or if you're trying to run through an angle and get rights on the other side of it. I mean, the Spraymaster Extraordinaire right there. We got the demonstration. Takes 3 guys out with 1 mag, so it's not too shabby. And now NIP have control of the bomb as well, so this is just not a good position for Happy to find himself in. He's going for all the little tricks, though. You know, self-boosts himself up onto the wall, using the roof there to stop his jump, but there you go. Exist will pick up the final frag, and NIP live with 3 guys, so this is what needs to happen here for NIP. They need, at all costs, to have at least 3 guys living through the rounds.
Yeah. So how many bullets were left when he landed that kill? I'm really wondering,
10.
trying to count here.
He was down to 11. He got it with the last bullet.
Yeah, that's funny. They still have almost no money on the Swedish side, but I mean, at least LDLC ecoing. That's something that can work out for them. Maybe they can give them a little bit of breathing space as they go into this round, and they're still putting up pretty much a completely default setup here. NIP. Exist going to be smoking from archway over to the B-bomb site. It's a nice detail, but again, not very much aggression, just taking it kind of slowly. Oh, but the grenades in the middle certainly did the damage to LDLC. That's terrifying. Fiflaren's going to go down anyway, but Forrest and Exist are here and should be able to pick up a couple of good kills as Happy's going to get stabbed in the back by Forrest. So they only lose Fiflaren, and the initial grenades kind of soften them up a little bit. And that gives LDLC another rifle round.
Yeah, it gives them a couple CZs as well. Party favors, right? So NIP aren't going to frown too hard at that. Still, however, losing the 1 guy. I mean, you see Fiflaren actually starting to get a little bit low. They don't actually have that much money. Nope. That's the scary thing here for NIP. I mean, 3 of the guys don't have enough money for a buy in the next round, for example. Freiburg and Forrest have reasonable amounts, but this is still nowhere near the comfort zone for NIP. They definitely need to win a couple more rounds and do so in such a clean fashion that allows for them to actually hold on to like 4 rifles.
Oh, NBK almost connecting with the spray there. And we could kind of tell from the setup that LDLC were actually expecting some apartments aggression coming out from NIP because they were holding all the way back in the T apartments and spotting up there. But they're not going to find anyone here again. NIP, they're just doing what they're doing. No, not that much variation actually coming out from them, but Exist is going to get flashed into the middle. That's a great double pick off. Kiyoshima kind of runs into it, and Exist is going to go for the repeat. That's a triple now. Can he get another one? He's going to spray again. That's 4, and it has just Happy left. He's got the C set out. Happy's in the boiler room up in the apartments waiting. Exist. This would be the perfect time to pick up an ace and just bounce his team back into it.
He's calling to his mates as well. He's like, I've got a quad. And NIP, no. They're going to give him a chance at it. They're going to give him a chance at it. Exist. You got to find it, mate. Oh, he gets it. Exist. The ace. Perfect hole to talk about. That's how you do it. Exist is happy as well. Up, down, up, down. Nodding his head. He's got the metal music in the background.
13 kills. That bounces him to the top of the scoreboard if he wasn't there already. So this is looking real. That's the kind of play you need. Like mentally, if you want to get back into the game, just one person steps it up and does that. I mean, NIP needed a lot more than LDLC do right now. That forces the French back on an eco. I'll have to see another follow-up grenade here, and Get Right still hiding on the corner. He's going to get flashed in, take a peek, and take a quick kill as well.
Ouch. That nade. Oh, but thank Yoshima with the CZ. Rounds the corner and assassinates Get Right, and Freiburg gets caught out in the open. What are they doing? Exist does manage to save it. The good rotation in here from him. Manages to get 2 kills. Could get a 3rd one as well with that CZ, but Happy overwhelms him, and we're into a 2-on-2.
Yeah, much too sloppy round from NIP, though. I mean, this bomb plant and the kills as well, way more than LDLC should have been able to do.
This is scary. Now, that bomb plant means LDLC are going to have a lot of cash going into the next round, but also now they've got 2 rifles, so they got 1 to work with. Happy's going to be the last man alive, and they do manage to survive with both members here. But Nip, that was way too close for comfort.
Yeah.
I mean, get right, okay, granted, but Fragbite getting picked off as well. The double entry for Kyoshima. He came in big for his team. And we have the Exist ace here. That was very fine spray control, and then managing to pick up the third one.
Yeah, but actually, this is a problem, right? You can't go from having an ace and, you know, sort of the emotional roller coasters on the incline, everyone's feeling really happy. Then you play an anti-eco round where you lose 3 members and only barely make it out. That's not good, NIP. They need better than that. They win the round, sure, and they bring it back to 6-6. So, you know, if you measure it where they started, that's still pretty good, but...
Wait, let's not forget who we're talking about here, though. We're still talking about NIP. And NIP, T-side of Inferno, they can wreak havoc. They could finish this 9-6, and that could be enough. I mean, you can never count NIP out, especially on a T side. They're capable of just doing the impossible. So it's a very scary thing here for Nip, but it's going to be Exist holding at Arch, and he picks up the first frag. And BK peeking alone as well. Because of that incendiary, his teammates couldn't actually be there for the refrag. But then Exist gives himself up.
Yeah, but if they run around quad here, then Flaren might be able to flash himself in. Smoke's going to clear. Flash pops up, and he just barely catches him. That could have been a really great opening. Now he's going to have to fall back, and actually, Happy won't let him. Forest with the return pretty quickly. Still a 3-on-3 here. Forest taking a fight long range. Going to pick up a second kill. Goes for a third one, and that's 3 quick kills from Forest, and the bomb dropped in the center of the map. So, Smiths, he was playing a bit of a rollover at the B bomb side, but that no longer has any impact.
Yeah, now he has to kind of just, okay, guys, I'm here. I missed the party. Forest gets a quad kill. So they struggle versus, I mean, Nip pulling a bit of a Hellraisers. You know, they struggle in anti-eco rounds, but then, hey, as soon as LDLC have guns, all of a sudden everybody's getting quad kills and aces. And there's the Scar 20. There we go. Nip busted out in the end. Exist has got the auto sniper. So that's $5,000 just right there. 12,000. I mean, basically, you can see it right there. The whole story. Drop 7 grand in a round. So now does this catch LDLC off guard? Do they give him a target here? Nade down middle actually does a little bit of damage there in Kyoshima. There you go. Gets picked off by Exist. That's Scar 20 already going to work.
Yeah, hopefully for NIP at least, putting a little bit of a mental pressure on LDLC, just knowing that somewhere out there is that ridiculous auto sniper. Shoxy making his way down boiler room. So LDLC, they're still trying to do what they were doing, which worked earlier in the half, is just having these, you know, getting some forward positions, taking up control in middle and towards the B bomb side, hoping for an opening frag, and then kind of seeing if they can't make their way after that. And MBK's taking the fight, but he's gonna fail to get the entry. Smith with a really good flashbang into the bomb site. Get-Right returning onto him, but they can at least get in here and get the bomb down. So now there's a real chance, and Get-Right goes down. LDLC might be able to claim a 7th round here if they can just defend the bomb long enough.
Yeah, and well played here by Happy as well. Doesn't overextend. Make sure that nobody can follow him into construction, but when it comes to facing, he knows that Scar 20 is out there, and he doesn't overextend, give too big of a target for Exist. And it's going to be NBK in a crucial position at the top of Banana, picking up 2 kills, and Exist finally gets to take one down with that Scar 20, but it's a 1-on-2, and he has to walk into a crossfire here if he wants to get anywhere near this bomb.
Yeah, and really nice communication and nice timing coming out from LDLC. Triple kill from NBK as well. Just one weakness over at that B bomb site, and Smith's actually got a really great entry frag running in. That made all the difference. Even though Get-Right was right there to get the return, still worked out in favor of the terrorist side. So 7-7, and we're moving into the 15th round.
Yeah, it's a bit touch and go. That's the thing. You know, if Freiburg goes down, Get-Right's on the other side of that smoke. He's on the wrong side of that smoke in CT. So it's not going to be very good. And it looks like LDLC, you know, seeing as how they had so much success in the last round, they want to give it another go here on the B site. Get-Right could have a great nade, and he's going to take out Shoxy, and he still gets a kill. No, Freiburg will light it up, and Freiburg with the double.
Yeah, still needs to stay alive and maybe even get another one. That Molotov's going to prevent the plant for a little while, so that's smart thinking from Freiburg. And it's buying time for his teammates to show up. Shoxy's kind of trapped in the corner. You can't plant here, so he's going to have to wait until someone's going to help him out. And they have the smokes on the Molotov, so yeah, there's the smoke for Kyoshima. So now Shoxy can finally move. And he's just waiting to make sure no shots are going to go through. So here comes the plant, but Exist picks up Happy. And NIP are actually handling this round fairly well. Molotov's going to buy a little bit of time, but not enough time for the bomb to actually go off. So still, it's going to be tricky.
Really nicely done here. Freiburg just holding that position, still alive. Kyoshima in the back of the corner here. He's going to have to look at this 2-on-4 situation. Shoxy picks up one. This could be it, but he's not going to manage it. It's going to be forced at Freiburg to pick up the remaining 2 frags, and NIP, good retake at the end in the 15th round, will pick up that 8th round and give themselves the lead going into the second half. bit scary there for a moment, but the key moment there was that Freiburg, he saw the bomb get into that corner. He saw that it was Shoxy carrying the bomb, and so long as he held that angle and didn't show himself to anybody else on that site, he just boxes Shoxy in, and that's buying more and more time for Nip to rotate in and get into positions. So LDLC not able to get that very quick plan on that B site. That certainly did not help them. Freiburg played a crucial role, and he's only sitting at 8-1-8 right now. So I mean, it's not like his frags are really reflecting, you know, how important it is right now, his role on this map.
It's fairly absurd that Exist has 19 kills when no one's even remotely close to him. But NIP, they got to win this pistol round. I'm pretty sure if LDLC win it, then it's going to be almost all over. They're trying to do a boost in here, and actually, they're going to get rushed down while they're boosting. That's not good. Now, NIP are probably going to check it. I'd be surprised if they didn't here. MBK trying to survive. He's going to get the first one, and actually, Happy takes a kill, and now they know. Look at Fiflower instantly turning around, and they're going to come and find Happy, but the rest of LDLC get time to get in here. It's still a 2-1-2, and the bomb hasn't been planted. NIP, maybe just those few seconds delaying is going to be enough here for LDLC to be in a favorable position. How do they get out from behind here? And Smith will take down one. Fiflaren trapped in a corner, and don't see him coming out alive with this one. Actually, he's going to pick up that first kill. It's a one-on-one. If Fiflaren does it, that'd be the most heroic move all day.
Oh, no doubt about it. In a long time, 10 HP. He's got the Glock, but Shoxy, he's got him boxed in behind new boxes. 45 seconds left. And this is the game of chicken. Shoxy just peeking. He's keeping him pinned down. Shoxy doesn't even have to show himself, because at the end of it, it does come down to Fiflower and having to get this plant. Eventually, it comes down to Fiflower, and there you go. Shoxy will finally catch him out in the open. Lands one bullet. That's all it takes. And Shoxy rewarded for his patient play there. He knew exactly how to lock it down. Fiflower was the one under the gun who had to get, who was playing against the clock. He had to get that plant eventually. So Shoxy, all he had to do was stay alive and play that position.
Now, I have a certain amount of appreciation for the double Nova setup that's going on here on the LDLC side. I feel like that's how you want to play it. If you're already beating NIP and LDLC most certainly are right now, why not? Why not just kick up with the Nova play?
Get the money. $900 per kill with a shotgun. So that's a lot of money in the bank here potentially, especially unarmored targets. This could be big. Yoshiba, is he gonna get flashed in?
He's trying to pre-fire it mid-air. Actually gets the second one as well, so that definitely is worth it. And then Shox is there to finish off with the M4 and the pistol as well. So a pretty clean round from LDLC. I mean, Kiyoshima could have killed all four members coming out there. That could have definitely happened.
I just wish that he had got flashed in there. Can you imagine the wreck it, just how hard he would have wrecked them?
Yeah.
I mean, 4 guys up there, fully flashed, 4 shots with the shotty, and he could have done it right there. That would have been brilliant. But, still, 2 kills, $1,800 in the bank, and Kiyoshima isn't going to be too disappointed with that.
Nope. And it's a pretty safe play, because NIP didn't get the bomb plant, so he could be quite sure they weren't going to be having any armor in that round. They do this time as well. Flash goes in, NBK, perfect timing. Picks up the first one. He's ready for a second Existus here, and he's going to get shot down. Oh, man. They're not even going to bother driving him to the emergency room at that point. There's really no need to. Get Right is going to be walking in here, and Kiyoshima is going to pick up that kill. So, LDLC, man, they're steamrollering NIP.
I mean, they're looking indomitable right now. This is brutal, because LDLC now, not only do they have guys picking up kills with shotguns, but they're keeping everybody alive as well. So their money... It's not like Nip at the beginning of the half, where Nip were kind of just touch and go, barely hanging in there, right, having to eco. LDLC, they've got the perfect start, and Happy will just assassinate Forrest. Forrest just is taken off the map, and it's down to Fiflara now, 1v5, kind of lurking on the A site.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the bomb either, so no matter what he does here, it's not going to be the right thing essentially. Kiyoshima will take him down. That's a flawless round. Really sad that MBK didn't hold on to the shotgun, because he actually survived the round and everything.
How did he shoot Freiburg through Exist there?
I don't know. What I like about this play is that NBK knew for a fact that they were going to have AKs, so it's kind of great for him to just save the shotgun and, step up at the top of the banana. He's like, hold my beer, and I will go and do this job right here. Definitely very nice. 10,
hold his wine.
8. Oh, man. 19th round is coming up, and NIP just don't have the economy for it. I'd be shocked if NIP could make this comeback happen. They need Exist to drop another ace, and they need even more than that. Because even that ace in the first half didn't really seem to give NIP that great of a boost.
It may have set it up. I mean, they were still able to pick up the next 3 rounds, but it's like NiP are definitely having a little bit of trouble here dealing with the pressure from LDLC. Although right now, the full-out YOLO play here from NiP actually nets them 2 kills. So this is looking much better here for NiP. They're kind of in the middle of no man's land, though, in the CT spawn area, and that's actually going to prompt the rotation, or not the rotation, but the repositioning here of, NBK. And as I call his name, he'll pick up Freiburg. It's just going to be Get Right Now alive with the bomb. Gets spotted at range, and NBK picks him up, too. A really quick reaction there by NBK. As soon as they realized that NiP were kind of over in that arch area and they could potentially be into CT, NBK, he was about to rotate over towards A, but he instantly pulls a 180 and just gets behind new boxes. So LDLC, they're not making any wrong calls at this point. They're just really locking down their game very nicely.
So 10,000 on NBK, almost 9,000 on Shox. So it's kind of now is the time for NIP to bring it back. Now, Kuska, they're going to lose right here, but LDLC's economy have got to start declining instead of inclining, and NIP need just a lot of rounds on the board. We have to see some sort of miracle-style play coming out here from the Swedish Ninjas. Otherwise, I'm not sure the French are ever going to really let up. Exist does get a good opening kill onto Smith, but it gets returned pretty quickly. That's still worth it. That's still a good move from the terrorist side here, and if they can catch Kiyoshima, that'd be big. He's coming around the corner, but Shox is there, shooting them in the bag, and, well, doesn't work out so well for them.
In that pit position, but Forrest has managed to get into Speedway, and it's only NBK here on this site. He's over in Banana, though. Decides to slow down just in time, but that's not going to stop Forrest. Forrest gets the headshot, and the rotation is happening here. The bomb is going to be right over onto that beat site fairly quickly. It's down to Shoxy now, last man alive. Has that M4, but there's a smoke to block him off, and this is a nightmare now for Shoxy. That smoke is going to make this so dangerous. He has to just go running right through. Flash to lead the way. Tries to take the fight with the first man, but Freiburg will land the shot, and that is going to be NiP picking up that 9th round. So when it came down to it, they had 2 guys that lived through that. They still got the plant, but NiP, most importantly, they're going to force LDLC to crack a little bit of that bank.
Yeah. And actually crack it quite a bit, because those guys with 10 and 11,000, they all had to buy for their teammates here. So one more round coming through here from NIP, and it's possible again.
Now Smith has that AWP, though. You haven't seen that yet, and there you go. Smith picks up the first frag on Forrest, and entry goes LDLC's way once again. This is really scary. I mean, LDLC, when they pick up that entry frag, is, in general, when they're going to just win the round outright, because now it's NiP who have to extend themselves. NiP have to try and find a way to even it up. And Freiburg not managing to pick up a frag over on Banana, that's not going to help things.
I definitely won't. Is Get Right the man for the job here? I mean, traditionally, in any NIP match, he would be the guy we'd be looking for to try and save the situation right here. If Flaren doesn't win that fight against the Happy, so now it almost doesn't matter what they do. There's plenty of time, but not going to work. Get Right goes down. Smiths with the 2nd kill. AWP, a great investment in MPK.
What?
I'm not sure about that. How did he know?
How did he know?
So many questions, so few answers. 12-9. LDLC doing a fine job at the moment.
I just imagined NBK, he was like, what would Flusha do right now? He would just press mouse 1, wouldn't he? And he did it, and there you go. He gets the kill. NBK, don't look to Flusha, man. Well, actually, you should look to Flusha. If you're going to pick up entries like that, or at least get guys through the smoke just perfectly. And now, well, this is it. NIP on Eco. LDLC now 4 rounds away from picking up this map and securing that first seed in this group.
Driver goes down, and LDLC are playing. They're just playing really way too well right now. I think NIP, I mean, they probably banked a fair bit on winning that first map, and the fact that they didn't, even after that 12-3, first half on Overpass, that certainly carries over into Inferno. And then when LDLC are off to a great start on Inferno 2, maybe it's a little bit too much to handle here. The Tech 9 is going to be put to use, but it's still just nowhere near enough here.
Yeah, Happy manages to save that AWP regardless. So
yeah.
That's it's not going to take a big chunk out of the bank, despite the fact that Shoxy, NBK, even Happy had enough money to go ahead and just, rebuy it, no problem at all. It's still, NiP are looking to make LDLC spend the money, so holding on to those expensive rifles isn't going to help things here for the Swedes. NiP decided to go for a buy. They've got limited nades, but they still have 5 smokes and a couple flashes, so they could potentially make something work here. But NiP need to find an entry frag. Like, that's what needs to happen here for the Swedes. They have to find that first frag of the round to start giving them some space.
They're just going to rush up in here, but are they going to check the corner? Kiyoshima can't see a thing. He's going to pick up the 1 kill. He does get taken down, so this crazy rush up towards Archway is actually going to work out. Now, can they follow it through? They need to push on and not slow down. Get Shoxi in the pit, or even better, to smoke him off here. Molotov comes in, Shoxi goes down, falls back into the flames. And, well, there should be a bomb plant happening at any moment. But it is a 2-on-2. And get right. Can he get this bomb down? He's hesitating, and that's buying more time for LDLC to get in here. They also have the health advantage.
Okay, he could open himself up, and there you go. It's now into a one-on-one, and Florence only got 9 HP, and Happy knows where he is as well. Graveyard, he could be waiting right around this corner. Happy deciding no fear, just walks up and point blanks him straight to the face. Fiflar had no time to react. And that's LDLC picking up that 14th round. They are 2 rounds away from first seed in this group, and this is looking really good for them.
This certainly sends a message of the level of determination on Happy right here. That is such a nice pre-fire. Absolutely beautiful Counter-Strike. That's what you want. You want to have the confidence to do this. 14-9. 2 rounds away from LDLC making it out first in the group and going straight into the upper bracket. And that would mean NIP would be facing Copenhagen Wolves in our next match, by the way, which is also a best of 3. So, yeah, there's a lot coming up still tonight, guys. However this ends, it's going to be a pretty cool evening of Counter-Strike here at the Fragbite Masters. That chicken is going to be toast.
Toast. Roast chicken, man. Had some for lunch today, too. So tasty. I don't know how it would taste with like petrol or whatever it is that uses, you know, that fuels an incendiary nade.
If you're hungry enough, Semler, it's going to be great anyway.
Chicken tastes great no matter what.
And BK decides, I'm going to go and push with only 9 bullets left in my M4. That's no problem at all. Oh, crazy move, but he still comes out on top. Even though if they had jumped him, then all 3 of them, he would have had 9 bullets to kill 3 people. It can be done, but wow. The odds are kind of stacked against you at that point.
You need some Scream-level headshots right there. That's pretty much what has to happen. Fiflorin decides to go and do a chicken impression, take some fire damage. NBK, he's going to end him. And now it's Freiburg, 1 point of HP at the bottom of Banana. He's about to get flanked as well.
Yeah. It's like the bad news for Freiburg is that he's got 1 health in a 1-on-5. The good news is that if he won that 1-on-5, you know, it would be like the best player of the century, basically.
Basically.
Yeah. So, you know, that's always a silver lining, isn't there? He could have written himself right into the history books, but it doesn't happen. Sad times. 15-9. LDLC, yeah, they make a ridiculous comeback happen on Overpass, and then they carry that victory over into Inferno. And honestly, it's never really seemed like NIP were in control of this on this Inferno map at all. To me, it's felt like LDLC have pretty much just held down the pedal from the beginning. Yeah,
played some damn good CS. It's pretty much what it boils down to here. Really impressive play from LDLC.
Yeah.
I mean, they said going into this, you know, into this team change as well, you know, like we're looking a lot at NIP and basically saying like this is kind of how we want to be playing it right now. So to see their style work so well versus NIP, consistently getting the entry frags, having the confidence to take the fights, like here, Shoxi sprayed out on Forest. He gets rushed down by Fiflarin, but there's still Shoxi alive on this site. It's going to be Shoxi. He could potentially re-peek here behind this. Not going to see anybody quite yet.
Yeah, but just the time he's buying. I mean, look at this. 2 more people have rotated into the bomb site because the Molotov and the flashbang. That's great news. Smith is there. C-set 75 in hand. Fiflarin surviving because that would be a little bit ridiculous, but it doesn't matter. Smith is there to finish it off. Freiburg goes down 16-9. And NIP, they get to fight Copenhagen Wolves in the consolidation match. So if
you've done it.
Yeah. Great play from LDLC.
Yeah, I mean, it's DreamHack Groups, again, repeating itself, right?